yeah. Let's just start right off Dab Frog since we know nobody's here yet. Give them all a minute or two. Dab Frog right off the bat. Give everyone a second to get in the door, get situated, get the wallet out my ass pocket so that I can get comfy myself. I just did like an emergency trip to the hardware store because I decided I needed a paint mixerizer for mixing nutrients. This right here is 100% a shout out to Colton Bridge, the bad motherfucker that he is. When I was hanging out at his place there, hey, cheers, Dankman Dan, first one in. When I was hanging out at Colton's place a few weeks ago, I was hanging out with him when he mixed up a batch of nutrients, and he had his fucking paint mixer on his drill, and I'm like, why the fuck have I never thought of that before? For some stupid reason, it's just never crossed my mind. I don't know why. And so today I went out and bought one for my drill, and now I've got a fucking paint mixer. So, fuck yeah. Let's do a dab for just how awesome Colton is. Hey, he's just a rad, super nice dude, but he's also a kick-ass host of the Tuesday morning show, and he does a freaking excellent job, if I may say so myself. So we love you, Colton. Thank you so much for everything you do around here. The rolling papers was an amazing idea that just, I still haven't even, I've seen pictures and the videos and stuff, but I've not seen them in real life yet. And I'm excited for my chance at that because to me, that's the coolest thing to have our own fucking.
When I seen them on the table, it blew my mind. I thought it was like a one-off because I just seen a pack at first. Like,
yeah.
Oh, cool. I realized what was up. I'm like, no way.
Yeah, no, that's cool. There's a company out of Vancouver, BC that does kind of similar things because there's a dispensary in the next town over that has their name on pack of papers. I was, oh, that's fucking cool. My old age rolling trays around here. I could even show you them, but I don't think it is. But anyway, so I sent them an email asking about it because I think there's even a thing on the fucking pack of papers that says, like, basically, if you'd like your fancy papers, fucking email us. But them assholes never responded at all. Now, Colton, it sounds like it was a big rush and like kind of a very, if it doesn't happen now, it won't happen kind of thing. Everything's got to work out perfect, tickety-boo kind of thing. And it did for him to be able to get him there because it sounded like it was like, hey, they got to be like on the boat tomorrow or else. And they were on the boat tomorrow. So, fuck yeah.
Yeah, Fluffy Shirts made it up to Canada too, so we go.
Very cool. Very cool. We'll like to hear that.
Yeah, so I got my version 2 of the Garden Club hat.
Very nice.
I'm getting those done. I love it. Just a little coddle Eden say on that. That's my favorite part. Nice. Good color choice too.
It's a good looking hat.
Yes, sir. Fuck, my arm hairs are all dickered up because I was out there trimming the Bama lambs because they're just so aggressive. I got to keep going in there and removing stuff. PM season's coming up. No, but all my arm hairs are all matted all together. That's going to suck. But got lots done.
I'm just sitting here on mute while I heat up my dad for
Yeah.
I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to listen my best.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, no, the garden exploded the last little bit when I was away and came home to like work. It was like you're looking up there, like, God damn, got to get up there and do some work. But I got all 3 BAMs done today pretty well, so that's all right. I got to get the Mendo. The Banana Daddy and the Hawaiians, they don't need anything. The garlic could use a little touch up. Wedding cake could use some. So there's still good couple of plants to do, but
awesome. That's one of my favorite things about working out of town. Like, there's some people think it's a glamorous thing, traveling, staying in hotels and shit like that. And I'll tell you right now, it loses its fucking shine and sparkle real fucking quick and stuff like that. And it very quickly becomes the day they just day in, day out kind of thing. But getting to see that 5-day, 10-day, 2-week, 3-week progress every time you come home in your plants is huge. And I always look forward to that.
Yeah, I knew something was going to be up, but this is the day that I finally admit all the auto nonsense that gets thrown my way because I fuck with them. But they disappointed the shit out of me this time around. I guess because it was my own fault. You know, they say if you leave them in a small pot too long, or they get root bound, or any type of root stress, they'll flower, right? Yeah, I had 3 and like I don't even know what you'd call them, little starter cups, but basically solo cups. And I came home to 3 week-old flowers on each of these plants. There were maybe 4 nodes, maybe 4 or 5 inches tall. Still got the cotyledons on them, and they got a flower. So it's like, oh,
Damn.
first time that's happened out of many runs. But I'm like, damn
See,
it.
I don't know. I can like, I get fascinated by the way you fuck with autos, but when you do it indoors, and I look at the way I have space restraints, I'm like, I can't do it. But now outside next year, I think you're gonna see me fuck with a lot of autos because I'm starting to think I haven't been out to my parents' place in a good few weeks now. But my dad was saying it's only a few degrees above freezing every day there, every morning when they get up. Freezing is coming if it hasn't already. And so he's trying to make his like poly tarps and stuff like that so they can get sheltered and stuff like that. But when I start thinking that we've got about 2 more months to get those through roughly, and I'm not overly positive in that area. There will be strains that will do it, obviously, but it's, I think, for the betterment and just getting maximum harvests and shit like that. I think this is the situation where if you've got a good raised bed where the roots can just really rock and roll and do whatever, how could an auto not kick ass? I've seen some of the shit Joel Scott has outside. So I've seen some of the proof is in the pudding, and even some of his plants that he has. Joel, I see you there. Cheers, brother. Some of them that I've seen are not overly big, but they got donkey dicks on them, right? So even if we're playing the outdoor game, but he's also got plants that are fucking tall. The last time I was there, he had one that was probably 4 feet tall and looked like it was in like week 5 or 6 of buds, and then was once again an entire arms full of fucking bud. That'll do something for you. And just, but for my indoor purposes, that's where I would be like, no, I just not so play around.
Now that my room's going to be completely transformed. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I have room to everything's up in the air. I'm going to try to at least keep a 4x4 going. So yeah, with you saying that, I can't risk that anymore. I don't think.
See, you dude, we'll be like fucking twins, man. See, we both got garden club hats. We can both have a 4x4 tent in our bedroom that we're growing on to keep us going, right?
The east and the west.
Dude, I honestly, even if I had a bigger living situation, I could see having a small tent in my room. Like maybe not the 4x4 because it's big and takes up room, but we've got those 22 by 36 inch tents, I think they are. Not quite 2x3. And like it's something like that would be fucking great because I really like being able to open it up and just have that little bit of plant life right there, just thriving and rocking and rolling or something like that. It's nice. Maybe it's not even a cannabis plant in there after a while. Maybe you just find me, I don't know, maybe I decide I need a new challenge and start doing orchids or something like that. Like, who knows? My old lady's talked about stuff like that. Do you know how happy I would be if she got into gardening, like on the level that I am?
Yeah, like that's with this wall. I was just gonna say, you mentioned orchids. My orchid's still alive. I've cloned 1 or 2 plants. Nothing else has died. I got a stick to make a leaf. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
The aloe's still doing good. My African violet's still kicking. I got new growth on both my palms consistently. Yeah, man, we're killing it back here. This thing's growing like a mother too. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do with this. I just grabbed it because it was on sale. Now got a whole new branch taken off.
Nice.
Yeah, a Rio Grande Red Dipladania. I think it's more like an outdoor. I don't know what it is really. I'll have to research that plant. I've heard it before, but yeah, doing good. The ferns are kicking again. This one was almost kind of was dead, but you see there's some crispy stuff around here, but then there's a nice big lush green one coming out too. So we got it. It's kicking again.
Fucking looking good.
Yeah, there's this thing's sprouting off new stuff. I don't know. I call it lizard skin. I don't know what the hell it is, but
it's trippy.
Yeah, it's got this really weird bumpy
Big
texture.
screen
to it.
that so we get a better look at
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Look
So
at
it's like,
funky.
yeah, lizard skin shit. But it's growing new stuff, which is always a good sign. Yeah, everything else is doing good. Monstera made some progress.
Our Monstera might just be done. I just think that I don't care enough to bring it back in and have it here. It's just another place for pests to hide. So I think we're going to get really picky and choosy about what we bring in this house over here. So actually, well, since we're actually, no, I can't just move over. I got stuff like here, but I'll bring over here since we're doing show and tell. Crazy shit going on here. So last time we were playing this game down here, I think I only had 2 of these going, but they're all 3 of them were around. These are avocados. Nice. We've grown from pits because I'll go through avocados like on a daily basis at times. So I'll just throw the pits in my worm bin. And it seems to me the best success I've ever had for germinating avocados is just throw them right in your fucking worm bin, bury them in there, and forget about them for a month or something like that. Go digging through, and they'll usually have a decent taproot exposed by then. But this little guy here was like shriveled and dried up last time I was doing show and tell with these. And it's recovered and is got leaves on. Actually, no, I think that was this one here. This one's a little rough. Probably this one right here. So that's awesome. Excited. Just because, you've heard me talk before about how I used to have a really nice avocado tree growing in the house back in the old married days. And till those days were no more. And, my avocado tree died with my love. Now look at this fucking donkey dick looking cactusy dragon fruits. These are yellow dragon fruits that are way too overcrowded, but they look like cactuses.
Yeah, man, that's pretty cool.
Now these need to be separated big time. These ones are red dragon fruit, not as big, still definitely need of
those are neat.
Yeah, and so we're gonna try and separate them and grow them out. See if we can get something to flower and grow fruit at some point in time. Amazing. If not, they look cool. So hey, we have cool plants. And then this came from my mom. She's basically my auntie. She's my parents' roommate. This has got like so much shit going on in here. I can't even tell you it all. So I think this is a lemon right here, lemon tree. This is ginger. This shit right here. It's got string of pearls going on, all these round ones, and then these weird off-shaped ones, some other kind of succulent, no idea what it is. And we were just given that. So these right here that I just showed you, that's all we have for house plants. Everything else is Cannabaceae, I guess you could say. For go a little Latin on us. And and I think tomorrow we're going to get a new bale of dirt and start uppotting stuff. Because Jimmy's fucking, his Lilith that I've got going on are looking damn good. Like, they're finally, after I horribly tortured them and fucked those up so bad there, like a month and a half ago, they're finally clicking along and really rocking and rolling. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do with my next one. I saved a bunch of stuff. I got way too many. Like I don't know if you guys heard that. My son just let a big burp out. Jesus. Anyways, I got a tent full of clones and seedlings that I just got started. 3 of them I don't have to worry about because they're the autoflowers that are, but they're about as tall as my finger. It's kind of embarrassing. But anyways, yeah, I don't know what I'll do with that. I may just do a super short run. Like, I mean short as in plant size, because there's quite a few in there. So once I uppot them, figure out a little grid pattern, 4x4 or 3x3s, like 3 pots by 3 pots or whatever.
Yeah.
And call what I can and grow what I want. Because, the whole room's changing. I had the 4x4 for vegging and the 4x8 for flower and everything out. So I've got to go back a few years in the memory to figure out, just to do it all inside a 4x4. But it's all good.
It'll work. You'll make it happen. It'll be a fun little adventure in its own little way.
Oh yeah. I might. Hey, I might. If it all works out and I move some stuff around, maybe there's some part of the utility room downstairs, like where the furnace and all that shit is. Hey, if it opens up, there's room for the 4x8 in there, but I would have to get rid of, like, I have an old shitty storage shelf in there. It doesn't really hold anything too important, so I may have to, revamp that whole setup there.
Tell me you're a cannabis grower without telling me you're a cannabis grower. It's like immediately like, oh, that's a little space back there. Well, I'm not really using it. Yeah, I could fit a 4x8 back there. Love you.
You, sir, take that crown all around your furnace and shit. That's awesome.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Amen.
You know what? And that's like I often, well, maybe not often, I should say this more often, is we're cannabis growers for the working class, cannabis content for the working class. We're not big LP growers. We are not professional this, that, or anything. We are amateurs that can grow some fucking dank. We know
I
how.
see that Major just showed up. I'm gonna go get these little autoflowers because I want to show him that I agree with him. And here's part of the reason. This is the first time I've been had by autoflowers. They've got
Major, you missed it. It sounds like he was like admitting defeat earlier. You'd have been proud. We need Jay. If you were around back then, cut that out, brother. You know how that is. You're excellent with that. Speaking of Jay, cheers, my man. Cheers, Doctor. Cheers, Major. Cheers, Sir Hunalot. Cheers, Dags. Great to see you, brother. I like the idea of a eucalyptus planter. That's a cool idea too. Cheers, Joel. Cheers, Coach Flyer. Pinky's up, dude. Anova, great to see you. Cheers. Dankman Dan said hello to you already, but I can never say it too much with you. Sheldon, great to see you. Yeah. Let's see. Wah, wah, wah.
You know what? If there was no background and you took a picture, it might look like a nice little top or something. But yeah, come on. I guess it was the transplant timing. Here, we'll get the names out there.
Can we get you to smile in there with those, please? Get those cherubish cheeks of yours smiling.
I'm not happy about it. I don't even think I'll. Well, while the lights on, I guess I'll keep them in the corner. But what the fuck?
You know what? At the end of the day, they're just plants. They're just seeds. You know what I mean? You
That's
can
the
always
reason
grow more.
right there, though. I've never had that happen to me. Right? Exactly. Frugal. Might get one blunt of plant. They're cute. Now they're just cute. They're not even worth fuck all. But Pinner Nation, fuck off. Shouldn't have shown anyone those.
Oh, I don't even think he's getting 2 doobies out of that, Sir Hunalot.
No, those are compost, man. Those are going to the compost. I came
Whatever.
home from my road trip and I opened the tent and I was like, what?
It's like the rumors are true.
I was like, oh, damn it. Can't even hide these. I'm going to have to tell someone about this. But hey, whatever. My own fault. I bet you if I would have put them in 5 gals, they wouldn't be doing that, right? So
yeah. But still, I honestly believe for an indoors type setup, or for what I do, for what you're gonna be doing, it's just an inferior thing. You can do so much more with photoperiod genetics. It's just, and this is my opinion, but it seems to be a fairly well shared opinion though. So here's an interesting thing that I'm doing. I've talked about this now a few times, but going back to using the 3-bottle nutrient system with a few of the additive bottles that we got kicking around to play around. I don't know how long this will last before I'm like, fuck it, I want to go back to organics. That's what I'd rather do. But we'll go for now. Because I feel like, honestly, these are like the 3-quart bottles and all the ridiculous fucking sub bottles that come with that to really fill out the lineup. They, I feel like they were a big part of their being responsible for being able to pull the fucking plants that I fucked up out of and steer them on the back to the track to health. They were in recovery and almost there as it was, but now they've kind of all really perked up and they're starting to rock. And it's like, yeah, these plants want to go. They want to do something now. So it's like, I don't know. Well, it's more expensive to run a nutrient solution. system. That's one of the many reasons why I've gone to organics. I like doing bottled nutrients. I enjoy playing the chemist and all that. Like, fuck, I just went out and got myself a sweet ass paint mixer. Thanks, Colton. Love you, brother. So I can be a chemist again for a bit. We'll see. I don't know.
I'm just going to fire up my YouTube chat here. So if it accidentally blares the show for a second, my bad.
I've thought about, I see the one comment Abolish puts on there about growing a plant with you in the car, hanging out with that every day. I've thought about when I get the camper van going and stuff like that, having plants that I like in a 5-gallon bucket or something like that I can just like throw in the van, bring it up, throw it outside the van, put it in the sun, time to move. Let's, keep just in and out like that. I feel like 5-gallon bucket would be durable enough to take a bit of a licking, not too heavy to be for moving around constantly. And I think that could be a fun one.
The growing in the cup holder of the truck. The dags are saying.
Dude, I've seen ones where people take out the passenger airbag and use that as a beer cooler. So you could definitely grow a plant in there, I feel like.
Oh, my back. Oh, man.
I like that one.
Trimming those trees out there, man, hurts after a couple hours. It kind of sucked too because like my ground out there, I have like I think it's about 18 inches or so before it hits some real shitty fill. Like I'm talking big chunks of concrete and shit, whatever the fuck they filled in back in the day. So I don't get too much depth really. And with these plants getting some weight, I haven't had to deal with this in years past really, but a couple of them were tipping over.
Huh.
Like not uprooting at all. Maybe it's just too loamy. Because I did add a little more perlite this year. So maybe it was just a little loamy or something. But yeah, they started to tip over. So I've had to utilize some string out there to keep everything straight. But oh fuck, it's rocking out there.
Well, if they weren't uprooting or anything, is it actually part of the root structure with why they're tipping over, or is it just the stem getting?
No, they were loose, and you could like if I grabbed like the tree and pulled it back over, it would stand straight again.
Okay.
Like where it went in the ground, you could almost see it like kind of joysticking if you moved the.
Yeah, I got you.
I was just like, straighten that out, tie it up, fucking.
Yeah. I don't want to see what this is like when it's got like a couple pounds of fucking
bugs would just
got on there. Yeah, I got you.
So I'm missing the I guess the scrog, whatever you call it, the trellis. Sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. The trellis that I used last year in that area would have been cool, but just for holding them up. But I don't really like it outdoors. They're too big and it gets in the way. Holds everything all together and shit. Still all over me. I bet you if I like, this is the time where you go to a convenience store or something like that and you don't really realize because you're kind of nose blind. But I've been fucking elbow deep in cannabis plants for 6 hours. So I was to go grab like a bottle of pop or something. People would be like, the fuck?
It was great after work today. I drove by, noticed that we used to have a really good gourmet burger place in town, and then they shut down because I think their rental place jacked the rent or some shit like that. So now they're a food truck that you see once in a while, definitely not a daily thing around here. I saw them today. I was like, oh fuck yeah, I am definitely up for an after work burger, like just in that mood. Nice sunny day after working in the rain, soaking fucking wet all day, but now it's all nice and sunny and hot. Sun coming out, and after I ordered my burger, I was able to sit out there and smoke a joint. I just enjoy the sun. I know I got this wicked burgers coming my way here, the next 5-10 minutes, and it was just like, yes, it's just one of those real happy kind of. Perfect. No, I mean, not perfect, maybe, but is near to perfect without it actually being so. Moments that you can have. What I would like to do, a quick dab for all of our Patreon supporters. This is something that we don't do often enough. When we mean no offense by it, we're just stoners and we forget. But this one time we are not forgetting about you. Thank you so much for everybody who contributes to our Patreon. Couch Flyer, you are one of them. I saw you in there. Still here, brother. You know you. Hey, Kingfisher. Speaking of Patreon supporters. Love that. Oh, yes.
I always forget that I have that big old chunk stuck in the lid there.
Ooh. So I got this one a little bit left. It's really orange. This Tropicana cookie.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's smoking on.
Is that like a hard hash or what is that?
It's butter. It's crumbly.
Okay. Okay.
And for some stupid reason, I don't have like a good place to put it, like, and break it up, and so it gets like a bunch of tiny crumbles in there. And I'm just using the edge of my laptop. And this is normally not something I do because I'm better equipped typically. But like when I want to bring you over there to show you my plants, like my avocado trees and shit like that, and then I can't move my laptop because I'm going to dump all the butter off of it. Likewise, I was talking about, I got all these plants looking good upstairs that I'd like to show you guys. And actually, but you know what? I got to say though, the happiest plant I do have is a Hawaiian Snow, which is Hawaiian sativa crossed with a Laos, where I'm trying to get as close as I can to mimicking one of Abolished's butt chug systems. Or I got a fabric pot with basically just cocoa and fucking dry amendments thrown in there, but 100% organic. And then got it in a big container with hydrogen that I could fill up with water. And that plant is straight up fucking praying and happy as shit. So happy to see that. And see, it's already, I'm already leaning back towards going back to organics, right? It's fucking, this is what it's like. I wonder if that's like a bipolar fucking thing, if that in any way, shape, or form, because I am. But I wonder if it's not just like with spazzing out over their most ridiculous of things when it's just unexpected, right? It's like, my mind flip flops like on not just fucking grow tactics, like every fucking thing. I need to do more research. Cheers, Grapes. How you doing, brother? Ooh, Agnes. Great to see you.
Well, it's like I've been stuck in that indoor growing for a bit. Like I've really been fucking up. So I'm not too butthurt about having to dismantle the indoor grow because like my outdoor right now is killing.
Yeah.
I got 10 fucking 8-footers. So I'm having a great time out there and I'm getting my grow fill. And the indoors like secondary to me right now. But I think maybe if I do to tone it back a bit too, I might be able to concentrate on it a little more and just get some quality going before I get the quantity thing going again.
Yeah.
Kind of myself, I think, with the indoor stuff, I need a new regiment, some SOPs that I need to implement, maybe tighten it up,
Yeah, I feel like I was the working away from town all year long up to just a couple weeks ago really didn't do me any good. And then me trying to automate my stuff and make things easier. Going with the Grow Dots was a fun experiment, but definitely not the way to go. Yeah, they'll do it, but there's a lot of ways to do it, and it isn't necessarily the best. You know what I mean? It's there's too many things I don't like about it, as opposed to putting a little extra. Even with like say the bottled nutrients that I'm using now, I can fucking mix up the 3-part solution with the CalMag, or even add the CalMag later, but have the 3 parts sitting there in a 5-gallon bucket with a bubbler going on, and it'll sit, and they're usually pretty stable. They're not going to have any too big pH dips or dives. Like they'll kind of hover And by the time you add your extra bottles and stuff, you're fucking rocking pretty hard there. Yeah, and that's easy, right? That's something that the old lady could do. I'm hoping I can get her to take more part in this, but past experience tells me it's probably unlikely. It'll be one of those things where you'll have to have something pre-mixed and just make it as easy as possible for her. But like I've been saying, it sounds like I might be actually working here in town for till the end of the year, or maybe even then some. So that would be great to be at home every night for the next 6 months or so. I'd love that. Hey, Lori, how you doing? Cheers.
Yeah, worked for me too. I've got a couple dings on that. I went and did a weld test about half hour to the east of me, and then I've also been talking to a buddy just up the road too. So
Very cool.
hopefully something happens there. Oh, that's funny that I just said that. I got a ding from Messenger. This might be him right now. I'm waiting on a call from him. No. Never mind. But yeah, I can't wait to get back to work. I'm pretty restless. I'm pretty broke. So it's like, yeah, let's go there. Fucking work train.
Grapes, do you know how happy I would be if I could get, like, if we had that ability and it wasn't like cost both arms, both legs, and the entire family to be able to ship all that, a couple cubic yards of soil across that far? That would be amazing. Well, from what I'm seeing right now, abolished is I have not had to top up the reservoir below the hydrogen levels at all. And I want to say that was about 2-3 weeks ago. Now, I'm sure there's times where I'll put more water in the top when I'm watering the top and it will leach into the bottom. So I'm sure I'm probably topping up the levels a bit that way. But it seems like at this point, so it's just a fabric pot, no plastic or anything around that. And that can dry out or get dryish looking if 2 to 3 days without water. So every 2-3 days, whenever you see the top layers starting to get a little too light for your likings, just go and give it not even a liter of water, like half a liter, 2/3 of a liter, something like that. And it seems to be perfectly good again for a couple days. And like I said, this is the only plant I have right now. And it's a week and a half into bloom, I think, right now. So we've got a long ways to go. This is a 12-week strain, better at 14, and she's praying hard. So I like what I see. But there's that, like I said, there's that curious nature within me. I like to doing the growing both ways, but frugal, the frugal force growing right there, I think is where the ultimate victory rate is right there. Because for me to keep going with what I'm doing now, I can crush it with the 3-part solution and just the CalMag to throw in there, which you do need running this stuff, or I can go really batshit and run some or all of the after bottles to go with it too, and really dial shit in and go nuts. But you do that and you're looking at shit, I don't even know, a lot. It ain't cheap, so it ain't nothing frugal about that. That's actually, that's basically when I start comparing that, like concert tickets, then I'm like, shit, man, I might have to miss, like, for each cycle, I might have to miss like fucking couple concerts potentially. That's okay. I'm already okay. Maybe it is back to the organics already. See what we happen when we have these discussions right here, and you really get to see how fucking neurotic and insecure I am with my growing abilities.
I like when I first decided to get serious indoors, I went Green Planet, and they're good, you know what I mean. But I was just bad at bottles. It's not that I'm against them per se. It's just they're complicated. Well, people will argue this because they're good at doing it. I don't have the discipline to do it properly, so it was really hard for me. Went to organics. I was like, well, this is fucking easy. Scoop every 2 to 3 weeks, scratch it in, and away you go, right? So just makes it's so much easier. But I'm sure with the bottles, you're in control, like tight. You know what I mean? You can just everything you can adjust as you need it. With the organics, unless you're doing single buckets of amendment that is like specific to a nutrient, then you kind of can't fuck with it. Like, so I love the idea of both of them. I wish I could do both of them. I can't. So that's why I'm organic. First, well, you know, because I kind of want to grow that way. Secondly, it's just fucking the ease of it allows me to do it and still bring the quality of flower that I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know. It's like kind of, well, to be honest, I look at it, it's the same, Husqvarna still chainsaw argument, right? That you people fucking always are having. And I just kind of go, ladies, 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 ladies. A good saw operator will get the job done with either. And then, you know, all the guys that you just called ladies, you know, do that. And the fact of the matter is, it's true. A good gardener, and I see a lot of y'all posting up on Instagram. Your shit looks better than mine. I am not above you any way, shape, or form. But I am good at what I do. I can grow some fucking good weed, and I can do it in organics, and I can do it in using bottled solutions. But my ability to dial in the minutia is I am better at that using bottles. I can't lie about that. My ability to really just push plants, get them dialed in the way I want them to, is I am better at that. So it's like, so we'll fuck around for a bit using this. I've heard good things about Nectar for the Gods. Oh. And I see mixed reviews on the Gaia Green in here, and I personally, it works good for me. I just, like, once again, like I said, I'm not as good at pushing it. But a part of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now is there's also the bugs that I just went through. So I had to get rid of everything, starting brand new with cocoa. And so I was like, okay, well, cocoa using bottles, you start feeding that shit every day, and let's go. And maybe we can knock a couple weeks off the overall grow time from seed to harvest. Because with last harvest we did, I want to say is shit, it's got to be at least 2 months ago now, probably closer to 3 months. And I'd say we're looking at minimum of 2 months before we hit harvest again. So it's, you know, that's like 5 months in between. That's a long way to go. Like I said, if I can knock off a couple of weeks, I'll take that.
Yeah, I see Major saying the industrial animal waste. It's hard to figure, like, to find out where it all comes from, I guess, and dodge all those bullets all the time, man. It's shit. Because I don't want to support any of that shit. But
yeah.
It's hard not to. Yeah, I think, and Kingfisher saying Guy is good, but there's other ones out there. It's up here in Canada. I think we're just, I don't know what it is, man. It may be legal restrictions, or maybe there's just not enough companies producing products in that.
I think it's both, but I think a lot of the companies that are out there doing it are just they're small and unknown to us. Whereas Gaia Green is a big entity at this point. There's a company called I think they're still around. I got some of their goodies outside. Blue Sky Organics I think they're out of Vernon, BC. I've seen their store, and that's actually where me and Ashley went up for our first date. I picked her up from here because I was traveling from Prince George to Vernon. You know, it's actually funny that that's where I was going. But I picked her up. We went to the dispensary to pick up some weed. And then we went to the grow store, and I bought the entire lineup of the Blue Sky Organics because that was going to be the next thing that we grew when we started growing together. And we went and found a parking lot to hang out and smoke those joints that we got from the dispensary. That was my first date with Ashley. Been together over 3.5 years since. Fuck yeah. And And I honestly believe she does not know when our anniversary actually is. I know women say this and they try to be, oh, I don't know. And then you get the fucking, like, your head cut off if you fuck around and miss that. But I honestly believe that she doesn't. And as of not this last Valentine's, but the one before, when I went out and I was like coming home late and I was like on Valentine's Day, I was like, oh shit, I didn't get her anything. Oh my God, I'm going to get my head cut off. So I ran to the dispensary and got her some weed from there because, you know, who doesn't want that for Valentine's Day? And she's like, oh, I didn't get you anything. And I was like, yes, I mean, I get to help you smoke the weed I just bought for you. And it means no more Valentine's Day forever. That's fucking amazing. So, yes, I'm bragging about my old lady. And I really hope that she's listening right now at this moment because, you know, then she'll be like, oh, he says nice things about me all the time on his show. If I just happen to tune in right now, we'll be saying nice things about me. See how that? I'm getting some brownie points, y'all. I heard Kingfisher fucked y'all up with that, no joke. It really wasn't a joke. Man.
Tasty right to the roach.
I like it. That's what we like to hear.
It stood out for sure. It was kind of hard. Like the one that was, you're looking at the judging scorecard and that the one was Effect. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Effect. Me and you aren't going to be able to really cooperate today because I've been fucking off my fucking kettle since 9 o'clock this morning. That's the only problem I had was I couldn't really judge anything for Effect because we were just smoking them all back to back to back. So, but fuck the taste, man. Like so many good flavor profiles for doing it through the ball vapes and just joints and stuff. It's nice.
Cheers, Dabby.
It really had just like umami flavor, like he says. It's like a I don't even know how to explain it. I've had weed like that before. Shane had some the day before I went down to Illinois when I was in New York. I tried some of his stuff and it had that same terp profile, not anything like identical, but in the same realm. And my Jilly Bean I grew last year was the same. It had that different citrusy. But it's really weird terp, but really, really tasty. Beautiful flower. We had a nice little magnifying glass jar passing around. That was a bonus.
Cheers, She Grows. How you doing? Hope you're having a great night as well. And I'm reading what Dabby and Grapes got going on there in the live chat. And as soon as I read what you spelled, like, hey, you spelled everybody wrong. Grapes is like, do y'all remember Al Snow from WWF back? And they were like, what does everybody want? Head. And you had like that mannequin head he'd run out, fucking headbang with that thing. That's what I thought as soon as I saw that. Which is weird because I know exactly what the fuck you were talking about. I'm pretty sure that wasn't it.
And there's his recipe. Kingfisher spitting out the goods. My banana daddy outside too. It's nice. It's got a tight little bud structure on it. We're only a week or two in, and it's already got these little pebble. You can feel them. They're not like the squishy buds. They're nice and hard. So I like that. He's gonna be a good one. Some plants, like as an outdoor grower, like I guess indoor too, but. Like indoor, you look at the plant, you see the structure. Outdoor, you get to go around the plant, see it in a silhouette. You know, it's like you can just tell some plants are going to be bomb. And this Banana Daddy Black Widow Cross, just the way the arms stretch out, total Christmas tree. So I didn't do much training, if any, on that plant. I don't remember. Maybe topped once. I'm not sure. I forget. But when you look at it, it's got that like not cantilever, but like you can just see the bottom branches are longer. And the way I have them trimmed up to a certain amount of nodes, right? It's like you can really kind of see through. And yeah, it's going to be a good one with those.
I see a question there from Dabby.
Yeah.
About the rubies in the screwball. I would think that no, because you're not actually passing any of the vape through there. It's just hot air that you're bringing from outside through the rubies and down into the bowl to where the weed is. And then the weed goes from there into your, basically just think of like you're packing a banger full of weed and then you're putting the heat on top of it, and that's your your fresh air from
You
into
could
that.
like, because I did goof around with mine and screw it all apart and take it all apart and everything, and look at it and check it all out. So you can take it all apart and then dump all those the little rubies out or whatever. But yeah, I don't know if, like, I guess after a while it wouldn't hurt. I mean, if you do routine cleaning of your glass and shit. Throw that there, but yeah, okay. See, I see what you're saying. They might have a resin connect stick together or something. But yeah, it wouldn't hurt. I think you could even just with the structure of it the way it is, like you could just dip it in alcohol, could you not? Overnight?
I would get a hold of Cal with Vape Fauna if you got the screwball and ask him. I don't think it would hurt it to take it apart as long as you didn't lose shit and do it. But I can't think of anything you'd actually break by dunking the head in alcohol. It does, but I don't know about this shit. So
Gross. I had to grab that. I had to grab that on my motorcycle trip.
nice.
Totally gapped out. Allegedly, it was in my motorcycle jacket when I drove home. Some New York vape pen. Woo-hoo. New York distillate, my favorite. Oh yeah, I forgot to. I had a nice clay one hitter from Clay Pipes, but I spoke through it a bunch, so I'm like, I don't want to bring that. It was nice though. We had them on the table there, so you could one hit a bunch of different shit.
That's cool.
Yeah, they were pretty nice looking. Chill them. Yeah.
It's fun stuff.
Harvested some potatoes today.
Ooh.
Yeah. I didn't get much. Maybe dozen and a bit, but a couple
Enough
big
for feed though.
Yeah, oh yeah, a couple big bakers out of them, and then it'll work out. They were just in there because I had a bag with some potatoes that had eyes growing on them, so I cut them up and threw them in there.
Yeah, I've got like a sweet potato in the back pantry that's got well over a dozen arms growing off of it now, and they're all getting about a foot long now. And I keep meaning to go and grab it and do something with it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't really have anywhere to put it. So we'll see how long they get. Eventually, I think we're just going to do inside sweet potatoes over the winter and see what the hell happens. I'll probably get like one of those Sterlite totes or something like that and just fill it with soil. And
I think I don't know, don't quote me on this, but sweet potatoes I don't think grow the same as like white and like normal potatoes. They may vine or like grow and like put a potato down and then put a potato down. You have to look at that.
Why you gotta fuck with my happiness like that?
I'm trying to maintain your happiness. I'm looking out for
it. Yeah, well, I'm gonna Google this right now so I don't forget.
Do it because I'm interested now. It's on our head, and all our friends here are probably interested too, and they probably know. And we're gonna get some info spitting up.
What is the Google command here, like on here? What am I actually looking for?
We need that little person in the background. Hey, Google our shit. But that's just
sweet potato growth pattern. I don't know.
We'll sweet potato. How do sweet potatoes grow? Well, the problem with where my potatoes were this year, and I didn't get many, was there's like a bunch of flagstone and like I said, fill and crap, like very shallow in my yard. And especially where this garden bed was, there was a deck over top of it. And I think they had thrown a bunch of that like flagstone shit under there just to get rid of it and keep, it's under the deck. No one will see it kind of deal. So it's just kind of sitting in there.
I think we might be in luck. They look like they might be a root crop.
Oh, there you go.
Screen share this up so we can have a look at it.
I think I don't remember. I don't think I've ever done sweet potatoes. But
here. So and I got over here and brought sugar on it. So when I saw this one up kind of over here to where she has them hanging there, I was like, oh shit, fuck, G-Bay was right. That looks like a vine.
yeah.
But then you kind of get down lower, and these ones in here definitely got some dirt and stuff on them. So this could be.
No, they grow under, but it's just like I just don't know if they grow like a straight up and then everything's underneath it, or if they travel along.
Yeah, fuck, this will be awesome. They do purple
sweet potatoes are deadly.
Sweet. Well, see, here's the thing though, like G, because I'm just in the last like I don't even know if it's been a year yet, maybe a year, that I've come to realize that sweet potatoes and yams are not the same thing. For 41 years at least, I was under that impression. I'd never actually tried a sweet potato, and then we tried one. It looks just like a potato as you're cooking it and stuff. But holy crap, it's sweet. So they're like a new adventure to me. I might as well go get this thing. I was just talking about it so you guys can see it. It's got, you'll see the arms like a spider.
You'll see it. Oh yeah, I should grow sweet potatoes though, because I like them and I eat them, and so do the kids. So it would be a good addition to the garden. But I'm running out of space up there. Big plants. Not much room for sweet potatoes. Got a couple more. What are they called? Cupcake squash. A couple more cupcake squash, and then I got some butternut to harvest too. These are the cupcakes. They're kind of neat. They're apparently like a cross. I think I've shown them before. It's like a zucchini. Oh, what is that? Oh, there you go. Holy jeez, the Kraken.
Well, yeah, dude. Like, and look, I just ripped a bunch of arms off trying to get it off the shelf.
He was trying to like, fuck it, we're just gonna grow here then.
Well, no, like, so it's like I feel like I could probably get some good shit out of there if I just threw it in dirt.
Yeah. So these things, yeah, they're like the hybrid between like a squash and zucchini, apparently. And the skin itself can be, once cooked, the skin itself will soften up enough that you can just eat it if you want. Like you don't have to like scoop it out, grind it or whatever. What's up, Raider? Try growing tomatoes. You might like it. I don't know, man. No tomatoes here. I don't eat them. It was funny when I was at Doc's place on the way down. They have such a beautiful greenhouse and garden and all the fresh vegetables you can imagine. And I'm just not a tomato guy. I don't like them. But, you know, I was like, maybe grown like this, I might like them because they're kind of raving about them, right? I put a big chunk in my mouth and took one chomp, and I was like, okay, got to get this down the hatch. That'll be pretty rude spitting that in a napkin. So I was like,
cheers, Raider.
Throwing bacon and shit in there, trying to fucking just get her down. Oh, it's rough.
Cheers, Big Word.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got to party with Big Word. Big Word's fun.
I don't know, man. Now I think I feel like I should go get some steak for dinner.
Some steak?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can't because I put no thought into dinner at all. And now it's like, oh, it's going to be that time. I just think my stomach, they gave like a preliminary growl where it's like, it wasn't like a little bit of a rumble more than anything. And it's like, oh, yeah, I haven't eaten today, really. I had a smoothie shake for breakfast, and that was it. And that was over 12 hours ago. So I you know, and I'm like, what do we have for food here? Because we're inevitably at that time of the show where food's getting brought up. We made it till almost the end, though, so we should be proud of ourselves. And I got like good shit to grill up, veggies wise, but I got no fucking meat. And I'm like, I love that we got a local store, grocery store. So your local grocery store, whatever, you know, that a lot of small towns have. Bigger towns will have them too, I guess. But not your big chain stores, what I'm getting at. Just over like a couple 100 yards away from here. And they got the meat section is the best meat in town. It's fucking awesome. You go down there, you get New York strips or ribeyes, bone in, bone out, whatever the hell you want. And very reasonable prices. Everything else in that store is more expensive than anywhere else because it's the small grocery store and over up at that end of town kind of thing where we have two other bigger chain stores. But the meat in this store is fucking awesome. So once we discovered that instead of going to say A&W or Dairy Queen for a fast food dinner, we can go to the local convenience store, grab ourselves a couple of steaks and some veggies to grill up on the barbecue, and it'll be about the same price as it would have been to go for fast food, except for you're eating amazing. And oftentimes nowadays, it seems like you got to wait forever when you go to fast food anymore. It doesn't seem too fast these days.
Yeah, it's just junk. It's all junk.
Yeah. Cheers, Ema daughter. Cheers, Nut Tree.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. Excited to buy soil this weekend. If that's end up what's happening, that could be fun. I haven't bought a bag of soil in a long time, guys. So it's it's a small things in life.
Yeah, tell me you're a weedner without telling me you're a weedner. Oh, I get
yeah. Dude, it's
I know I'm the same way.
My old lady fucking looks at me like I'm a mental case or something when I get excited about this stuff. It's just like I wish I could get excited about like things like you. Like I don't know, like you're just not a joyless soul. First of all, like it takes very little to keep me content. And you gave me something to go with, like my like. Do you know how upset I am that I mixed my nutrients before I went and bought this bad boy? Now I got to go find fucking a plant that needs to be watered. Just so I can basically stick this fucking thing in a 2-liter jug now, because I don't need to mix up 5 gallons of nutrients, but I can probably fit that in a 2-liter jug and just give it a quick, and it would probably be like overflowing. Tight whip. I'm excited. You're exactly right. Maybe I should do it in the bathtub just to be safe.
Yes, for the first time, yeah, to see what happens.
But that's actually a good idea. Do that in the bathtub.
You got a switch on that drill between 1 and 2?
Oh, dude, I've got all the way up to 15.
Well, that's the ratchet there. Is there a switch on the very top that says 1 or 2?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's got that too.
Yeah, keep it on 1.
Let's go second here. Turn it up.
2, mate. Wow.
Let's switch this to 65 GB. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See what I mean?
It's funny because to stop, you get the hammer clicking and when it stops there. Friggin' that when I have it on 1, I don't have to hold that very hard to get it to stop. But you actually got to get a pretty good grip on there to stop it from going come on when it does that.
Yeah. Good things.
Dude, I'm gonna mix the shit out of something or whatever. Like maybe the lady wants to bake a cake tonight or something like that. And I don't think it would be really bad since I've never mixed nutrients with this, if I were to like mix the cake with my new toy. After you've mixed nutrients and friggin' compost cheese or shit like that, okay, yeah, I get it. You can't be using that in the fucking food anymore. But for now, it's a new toy. And Power Tools got pow. Fuck yeah, Nut Tree. And, boys will be boys playing with their toys. And fucking, it's like, you know what, like, my favorite power tool to play with is the grease gun. This is one of those toys where I was like, once again, why do you need an electric grease gun? Well, when you got to grease fucking heavy duty equipment and you got to fucking put 25 shots of grease into each fitting or more, right? That's okay. I now I'm starting to understand why we need to have electric grease guns and to be able to go like, bah, 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 and it's done. You're just like, holy shit, this is great.
Jesus Murphy. Chad Savage tonight.
I've seen some good videos with reciprocating saws and dildos.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Gabby brought it up. It's not my fault. I didn't bring that one up at all.
Fair enough.
Ooh, I see. I'm guessing that's going to be South Carolina Couch Flyers. SC Sweet Potato Festival, October 12th. That sounds like it would be fun. We get a garlic festival every August in my area. I was out of town doing other awesome stuff when ours happened this year in Lac La Hache, little small community about 20 minutes away from here. And I've never been there because I always end up doing other stuff that weekend. But I'm like, a garlic festival sounds amazing.
It's funny because on my ride there, I went. I put into my GPS no highways, no tolls, no ferries, so it brings me like through small towns and all over the place, right? Which is the way you see a country. And man, what a trip! Fuck, it was good times. I forget where I was going with that. There's something. What were you just talking about? Oh, the Sweet Potato Festival and shit. There is so many festivals going on upcoming. I don't remember any of them, but like I saw signs for carrot fucking festivals and potato festivals and you name it. Every little small town along the way through New York and Ontario.
Well, I guess it is getting to be harvest time, so yeah, I guess a lot of these people are finishing up again.
And stuff like that, yeah.
Which means we're gonna have to go down and do our Desert Hills, which is like I mentioned how cold it is in my area, and I don't jest when I do. Well, no, I do jest a lot, but like I don't exaggerate when I say like it's right about now we can expect freezing temperatures. It's true. But to go, if I drive about an hour and 20 minutes away to Ashcroft, where they have a place called Desert Hills Ranch, it is quite just that. It's a fucking desert area where it's one of the hottest spots in the entire country consistently. And they get amazing fucking produce growth over there. So you go down there, get cheap stuff, and it's amazing. But like all things, food crops are not a guarantee up here anywhere really. And for whatever reason, it might have been too much water or whatever, but the Okanagan, which is very famous for fruit, BC fruit, they didn't get their peaches, didn't work out for whatever reason. So they actually end up bringing up a whole bunch of peaches from Georgia. I didn't get to try any of them, but that is a fact. So
Georgia peaches, if they talk about them, they must be good. Like,
yeah, my dad said they were good. I was like, well, did you save me any? He's like, well,
did you save me?
I was like, well, yeah, I wasn't here exactly. Did you save me any? And you play that game. He didn't. He didn't care enough. Thanks, Dad. I probably wouldn't have saved some for him either. I've been waiting on nectarines. I really like nectarines too. I haven't been friggin' ready yet.
Yeah, I want to get more fruit rock in these. I guess I have ever-bearing strawberries because they've just been bearing forever, and I've been eating them. Just loving them. Raspberries are done. Blueberries are done. My apples this year, they had a whole bunch of rust spots, a bunch of shit. I guess I didn't protect them well enough this year. So we just picked the apples and chucked them this year, but there's only a dozen. But they're producing anyways.
I went up. My parents have a couple apple trees that used to produce quite a bit by now. My dad butchered the shit out of one of the trees for I don't know why. I think just so it wouldn't throw so many apples out. And I climbed the other one and knocked a whole bunch of them out and just threw them in the compost. We're trying to get a good big compost area established out there so we could see if we can get worms that'll overwinter in that pile and then be able to go to applying worm teas and shit like that early in this, not early spring, but early to mid springs on that one hillside. We should be able to put some stuff out fairly early. I feel like as opposed
I want to get a cherry tree. I had a cherry tree and it died. I don't know exactly what happened to it. I didn't really investigate it. I just tossed it, but it kind of sucks because I was looking forward to that. I like planting stuff I can eat. That's
or small
kale out there right now that needs to be harvested. What do you really do with kale? Like people had said, do kale chips or something. Hit them up.
I honestly don't know. I used to buy it and feed it to my iguana because apparently it's healthier than lettuce. So my iguana, he used to get it. Hey, Fluff, what up, man? Cheers, brother. I think other people eat it in like maybe salads or something like that. I honestly don't know. That's a good question. Now, if you want to talk about fennel, I could probably talk about fennel for at least 30 seconds here because that shit's fucking amazing. I got some seeds and I want to grow a whole bunch this winter.
That black licorice kind of stuff.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny though. Like, I do not like black licorice, but you grill up some fennel on a barbecue, and I could eat a plate of just that as a meal. Like, it's fucking nuts. There's something about it that I really enjoy. And it works to the point of where I think I gotta cook like because they'll peel apart, so you cut it in half down the middle, and they'll peel apart in layers, sort of like an onion. There's about 3 or 4 layers that you can usually pull off, and you base those up. And like unless I cook 2 fennels and make like 4 halves, it's like I think my old lady doesn't even go anywhere near it anymore because she might be afraid of losing her fingers or something like that. I might like close. It's weird. And another one, if you have heartburn and you put some fennel seeds in your mouth and suck on those, it can help with your heartburn.
Yeah, I was gonna say with that much flavor, there's probably some sort of like assistance inside your gut or something that it would, it's got to be an attribute from the fennel that helps you in a health capacity, right? Yeah,
it does. Just see big words put in there about it belonging in sausage. That is true as well. It goes great in sausage. It's one of those things where you don't realize that you've actually had quite a bit of it until after you have. You're like, oh yeah. See pizza, the sausage and that fennel.
I don't know what else I have.
What's going on, dude? No, dude, we've been here for over an hour. This is kind of back to the old normal-ish time.
Soccer season's over.
Yeah. and then it was kind of funny. There's almost a mix of, well, no, I guess we were both kind of aiming to be here. We just didn't talk about it beforehand. I was kind of like, oh shit, because we both kind of last minute getting in here, and I just signed in, get the show going, and noticed I got a message from G-Bay asking if I'm gonna be if we're good to go. I'm like, oh, I'm good to go. It's like, wait, but if you're not, we can totally wait an hour. Like, I'll go smoke weed for an hour. Like,
yeah. Oh shit,
dude. This is like it's weird. It's because now that my missus, she's off work here in about 10 minutes, I think. And she's got a ride, so don't worry. I'm not making her walk home being a jerk. But she used to get off work when she's at the doctor's office about half hour, 45 minutes after I get off work. So you don't want to go sit outside in her work parking lot for a half hour, 45 minutes waiting to pick her up because that fucking sucks, especially when you just get off work. But you don't have enough time to really do anything. Like maybe smash a quick bowl of cereal or make a sandwich or something like that and get your munch on and smoke maybe a joint. But it's like really about it. But now I get off work and I've got like shit, man, like 3.5 hours before I gotta go get her. And I think that puts me in charge of dinner, which this is going to be interesting. So that's why I remember what I said about going and getting steak.
Yeah. I haven't had steak in a while, man. Steak's good. Big old tenderloin. Groceries are damn expensive though nowadays, man. That ain't a joke.
We seem to go through phases where like it's like we'll eat a lot of steak for maybe a month or whatever, and then you just kind of forget about it for whatever reason, and then you don't eat it for quite a while. And it's, oh, hey, yeah, how come we haven't had steak in a while?
Yeah, my kids and shit don't eat it early, so it's like, no point getting it.
Are your kids fussy with their meals?
Not overly, no. They generally eat most things. I think it's like not saying that I don't cook a good steak, but sometimes it might be just a little too much for them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, mine's not too fussy herself. There's certain things that you just kind of know.
Well, I'll just do a steak and I'll whip them a chicken drumstick or something up on the barbecue. There you go.
Yeah. I think mine actually likes steak. But like something like the fennel, what I was just talking about, she can't fucking stand that. So if you throw a piece of fennel down in there, you basically got to fucking stand over her and basically make her fucking eat the thing, which she doesn't enjoy. You don't enjoy standing there making her fucking eat this shit, but you got to get your veggies down. Is the thing, right? So, she's either got to have like a piece of zucchini, because that's one of the ones that the girlfriend really likes, is grill up some zucchini with it. Or if you're doing like corn on the cob or something, okay, well, you got to get some corn on the cob. It's in there or something at least, is instead of just just the steak.
Sous vide steak, then flamethrower, eh? I've yet to eat anything sous vide. I like the idea of it because, like, I used to be a foodie guy, so I like the idea of something being at a certain temperature, like submerged, surrounded by it for however long. Very intrusive style of cooking. So really, but to get it to a certain point and then to sear it at the end,
I can't remember.
Like with meat, you need to burn to get a little bit of that char, a little bit of that.
Yeah. For the flavor is, but I could see what Noob's saying there. Forgetting that being actually a pretty good idea. I don't really know if I've ever actually tried sous vide food before. That's where you put it in the bag and then fucking boil it, basically, right? Cook it, the thing in the water with it. Is to the best of my understanding, at least. And that'd be fun. But I saw on Instagram in the last few days, somebody did like a hamburger fucking helper or something like that, like in a hotel room, bath, or a kitchen or sink or whatever. And it was just like, I don't think they actually ate it. I fucking hope not. I think it was just to be funny, whether like throws the fucking raw hamburger right in the fucking the bathroom sink of a hotel, throws the fucking heat rod from the sous vide thing in there with it, a bunch of other fucking ingredients to chop it up there right on the I think it was sous vide nachos is what that was. And that's how they were doing up the hamburger and shit like that, was sous vide style in the fucking sink of the hotel bathroom. Like, it was like you're watching this video and you're like, is this for real? Like, but yeah.
I'm seeing here Raider saying you didn't. Did you not get any of the two of the cheesecakes, Raider, that went through the camp? Fuck, man, those were good. I was the one night I'm like, oh god damn, the cheese or carrot cake they've been talking about. No way there's gonna be any left. I go up, I lift the fucking lid off the thing. There's just one slice sitting there. I'm like, oh fuck.
How was it? Was it amazing?
It's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
So it's real good. Nice and dense. Oh yeah.
I find a good carrot cake is one of my absolute favorites because it's not too sweet, and it's got carrots in it, so apparently it's healthy to some extent at least. And it's just really good.
Jay Patrick saying cheesecake's way better. I'll vouch too, buddy, because I honestly ate both those. Like, there's some like couple pieces from other people eating, but a lot of those got left at my place after Bruce North. He brought two big fucking honking cheesecakes. Yeah, I got them all down. Took me like a week, but I hacked them back.
Cheers, J5. What's up, brother? Well, I feel like if I got to go and find steaks, and hopefully the store's not closed yet, I should probably go and get on that because, well, otherwise I'm just going to have to get inventive with my supper cooking because I think that is fair since I'm off work good and earlier before my missus that, I got a sneaking suspicion she's got absolutely zero fucking interest in coming home, walking through that door and cooking dinner for me. I just, feels that way, which is absolutely fair. So I should probably get on the go. I got the munchies.
Get her done, brother.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody in live chat for coming hanging out with us tonight. It's going to be a good time. There is. What are you doing tomorrow night? Should we do shit show?
I'm down.
Fuck yeah. Let's do a shit show tomorrow night. Cheers, Marshall. I see you there at the end, my man.
Tell all your friends, chat. We're gonna fire up a shit show tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Bring us on community fourth. We want to see maybe some outdoor gardens. Well, no, it'll be too dark maybe for most of us, but
we'll see. We'll see how it works.
Come on.
If we've got light and you want to jump on and fucking show us your garden, feel free to do so. Like indoor, outdoor, whatever be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it. Let's hit one last dab before we get out of here for everyone, and then I'll be the F out of here. All right. Thanks again, everyone. Hit like and subscribe on your way out. Share us with a friend. Let them know about Friday night shit show is going down again tomorrow night. Be there. Be square.
Woo.